Conway, where these fans were lined up early. A whole lot of red for Maumelle out there before the game. A whole lot of blue for Valley View for a game even Mother Nature said is worthy of its own day. This is the star-studded, highly anticipated 5A Baseball Championship. Thanks for joining us on this humid Sunday afternoon. Kyle Deckelbaum, JB Brazil, the guru Kevin Bohannon will join us in just a couple of minutes. A lot of storylines to this one, but let's start there. All the talent on one field. Talking about 5 future Razorbacks, 7 future SEC players, double digits in terms of the number of major prospects.
Yeah, this is a highly anticipated game. It is fitting to be the last game of the 2024 season across the state here in high school baseball. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, hard to believe we've already reached that. Let's talk about one of those future Razorbacks. Getting the start for Maumelle, it'll be Tag Andrews.
Boy, this guy's good. He's got a .64 ERA, so he averages just about 1 run every 2 games, 77 Ks. He's hoping that maybe today is a game that he holds Valley View scoreless. It's going to be tough. They've got a lot of good bats, but Tag Andrews trying to bounce back. He faced him early in the year. It's a long time ago, and a lot has changed since now and then. It's a little bit hot, but he's hoping his pitching could propel them to a big victory to win a state title.
Yeah, it was the first game of the season for Maumelle. Meantime, for Valley View, this is a dominant program. They won back in 2021. It has been heartbreak in their 2 trips since. Take a look here, 2022 against Harrison, a triple in a 9-9 game, couple intentional walks, and then hop fly to center field, and a heartbreaking ending in the bottom of the 10th as Harrison walks off Valley View. 2023 against Little Rock Christian. Bases loaded. We were calling this game last year. A base hit to center field. Diving attempt. Little Rock Christian upsets Valley View. JB, this is a team that certainly considers themselves, and I think a lot of people that follow the sport will say, hey, this is one of the best teams out there. Slade Caldwell's a reason why.
Yep, he's a future first-rounder. There's no question about that. This guy's elite, a generational talent. Seriously, he might be one of the best players to come through Arkansas at the high school ranks. A .485 average. He's 3 for 6 in the state tournament. And goodness, he's reached safely in all 32 games this year. There's not many, if any, that can say they could accomplish that here in the high school season.
Could be looking at a potential top 20 MLB draft pick come this July. Well, it is a humid day, as we mentioned, here in Conway. This game was supposed to be played on Friday night. You see 87 degrees, feels like 90. We were down there on the turf, and it's the kind of day where the steam is coming up from the turf. These 2 teams, as we bring in Kevin Bohannon, Kevin, these 2 teams are keeping the lineups exactly the same. They're not changing anything. And listen, Maumelle didn't have to go too far. Valley View went back and forth between Friday night and today.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Josh Allison for Valley View, and he just wanted to keep everything the same. They went back to 2021, and what happened when they won that state championship against Magnolia, they ate at the same place, Golden Corral. They stayed at the same place in Valonia. They took batting practice at Valonia. They just had to do it 2 times this week. So after Friday night, they went back. Saturday, they came back down here to Conway. Now it's just time to get on with the most anticipated game of the state championship weekend.
All right, let's take a look at the batting order for Maumelle. Blaze Ward, a Missouri commit, will lead things off. Peyton Lee, who we will probably see pitch after Tag Andrews in this game, bats second. Nick White, Charles Andrews, C.J. Cooley, Alan Timmons, Grayson Johnson, the catcher, Roger Claret, Chandler Eubanks, and Chase Tucker. This is a Maumelle team playing in its first state championship. They were in the semifinals a year ago. They lost to Valley View. They returned their top 5 arms, and it's a Maumelle team that had lost 5 of 7 entering the postseason, but the bats have really come alive here in the tournament.
At the right time, there's no question. This is what gets you here. Your bats come to life. Maumelle showed that they have that, but they're facing one of the best in the state of Arkansas in Lance Davis.
We'll take a look at the Valley View defense. You saw a shot of Peyton Lee getting the start. He is a Razorback commit. Lance Davis, I should say, getting the start there for Valley View. Around the infield, Becker, Gartman, Ragsdale, and Hosman. Ward doing the catching. Webb, Caldwell, who we spotlighted, and Owen Roach. Kevin, Lance Davis, a future Razorback, he is quite the pitcher.
Absolutely. Ranked number 1 in the state by perfect game as a pitcher, number 2 overall behind Slade. Fastball is going to be 90 to 92, very comfortable. He's 6'3", about 190. He's going to add weight. He's been up to 95, 96 in the quarterfinals against Russellville. Pound the zone, only 6 walks on the year, 10-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio.
So here we go, pitch number 1 to Blaze Ward, a bit outside as this game gets underway. You feel for these teams. One thing, though, both coaches told us is the pitchers had probably a better sense than the three of us did on Friday in terms of the weather in the area, because they didn't warm up too much where it would hurt them to having to warm up 2 days later.
Yeah, well, Coach Ford talked about that they were the visiting team, so it didn't affect him as much because they would have to warm up a little later. They said Lance Davis noticed he only threw 6 pitches. He saw the lightning, anticipated that, and fortunately it worked out to where he didn't have to throw too much, and he's ready for today.
Davis 9-0 in 10 starts. The Razorback signee, top-rated righty in Arkansas. He has touched upper 90s this year. These two teams, as we did mention, played way back in February down at Majestic Park in Hot Springs. 2-1 Valley View win, but I think Maumelle's coach, Chris Forrest, quick to tell us, listen, that shows that a lot has changed since then, but we can play with them. That one's hard hit up the middle, and it's going to be caught for out number 1.
Ball was hit on the button. Good attack pitch from Davis. Good piece of hitting from Ward, but he hit it right to Slade Caldwell. Yeah,
and you hit anything in the outfield today in center field, it's going to be caught. Slade Caldwell, 6'3" runner, complete 5-tool player, but hey, Blaze Ward, University of Missouri commit for the 2025 class. Good piece of hitting. He set back on the changeup. Good piece of hitting right there. Just hit it right to him.
So now Peyton Lee swinging on the first pitch. He is DHing because, as we've mentioned, we will probably see him after Tag Andrews today. .435 batting average, 30 RBI to lead the team. Lee and Andrews, two future Razorbacks, both have thrown about the same number of innings this season.
Yeah, and Lee is a huge catalyst in the offensive side, at least in terms of the state tournament. All year long, he's been big, but in the state tournament, 8 for 11 with 6 RBIs. This guy is red hot at the plate right now.
The 0-2 from Davis. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game.
Oh, man. Lance Davis, I don't know if you know this, got a .16 ERA, and he just carved up Lee. Hello, how you doing? See you later on 3 pitches.
Very good slider right there. Gassed him up with 2 fastballs. Look how tight that slider is. Just get out in front of it a little bit. Lance Davis.
This one foul off the bat of Nick White, first baseman.
Nick White's a .270 hitter, 2 for 7 in the state tournament. Very special to the program. As a freshman, coach told me never played first base. Now he's starting as a senior, has been raking. That's allowed him to start ever since.
Yeah, worked his way in there. On the ground, that is played cleanly by Hosman for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down goes Maumelle. Here comes Valley View on the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
I was actually right behind Jimi Hendrix's bell bottom there.
So the 70s fashion blocked your head out of this photo.
Exactly.
From bondage to battle.
What do you make of him?
It changes the game for my family.
I wish the American public understood war the way warriors understand war.
It's not just another job. You're going in a hot area and someone's gonna die.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
1, 2, 3, turn it up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
Well, how much fun is this? We're about to get our first look at Slade Caldwell. He's going to lead things off for the Valley View Blazers, their 4th straight state title game appearance. They've won 3 of them, 2021, 08, and 09. So Caldwell, that potential top 20 MLB pick leading off. Then it's Owen Roach, Dax Webb, Hudson Hosman, the first baseman, Drew Gartman, Lawson Ward, the catcher, Kason Becker, Noah Ragsdale, Jay Taylor, and Lance Davis. So guys, here is Slade Caldwell. Coach Josh Allison said, you want to know the difference in this game? Quote, we have Slade. He's the X factor. Guys, he's the real deal.
Absolutely, and they're going to attack him. Tag Andrews is not going to shy away from him. Slade Caldwell is controlled violence at the plate. Watch his swing. He takes advantage of every cut he gets. That's one thing that we'll talk about is controlled chaos, controlled violence every swing he attempts.
So it's worth saying Slade's stats a few times in this game because they're just so unreal. 485 batting average, 706 on base percentage. He had a 661 on base percentage a year ago. That's 2/3 of the time. He's now getting on base 71% of the time. And he does most of his damage once he's on base. He has 50 stolen bases. He is tied for the all-time career record in Arkansas with 135 career stolen bases.
And have a guy like that that can literally do everything at the plate, it's almost unfair.
Really good 1-2 pitch by Tag Andrews right there. We got to see the changeup when he was 14-15. That was his most effective off-speed pitch right there. Let's see if he goes to it a little bit more this game against the left-handed hitters from Valley View.
Slade is committed to Ole Miss. Good chance he never puts on a Rebels uniform considering where he's projected to go in the draft. So potential future Rebel though facing a future Razorback here.
That 2-2 take right there was impressive just to see. It's tailing away. It's a pitcher's pitch. Caldwell, a veteran, took it easily.
The pitch from Tag Andrews, just missing. And so Slade Caldwell, the leadoff walk.
That's one thing that Andrews wanted to. You get Slade Caldwell on base. Traffic on the base like we've talked about all weekend. Andrews is going to have to work out of the stretch. Caldwell, it's almost an automatic double anytime he gets a walk.
Just his vision to be able to pick up that fastball. Again, a pitcher's pitch.
Yeah.
The way he picks it up before it gets there, he sees that dipping below the knees. That's a tough take. A lot of guys swing and miss at that one.
Yeah, and you're going to get a really good strike zone today from Justin Yates. This is his 16th final that he's working, so you're going to get a true college strike zone today.
Tag will check over to first. It's Yates behind the plate, Dylan Parham at first, and Connor Lindsay, our umpires today. Owen Roach now batting, .330 hitter, 427 on base percentage. Good pitch there from Tag. Coach Allison calls Roach a Slade protector because he is always hitting down in the count with Slade stealing.
Well, yeah, he's got to take a lot of times because Caldwell's likely stealing early in the count, so he usually gets a lot of two-strike pitches.
Hard hit. And this is going to fall for a base hit. Caldwell is headed around second into third, standing. And it'll be runners at the corners with nobody out for the Blazers.
Boy, this is a dream start early. Good piece of hitting from Roach.
Absolutely, and Owen Roach is going to get a ton of college offers come September when college coaches can contact him. Hanging slider right there, right in the middle of the plate. Andrews has been 65% sliders his last 3 games. Valley View knows that, and Owen Roach jumped right on it.
Now Dax Webb, the left fielder. A guy that Coach Allison says is like a surfer from California. He is that chill. 415 batting average, 559 on base, almost a 40-run, 40 RBI guy. You can see why he racks up so many RBI.
Absolutely.
He's got 4 long balls on the year as well. 10-game on base streak, 5-game hitting streak. Guy that sees it well, but who doesn't see it well in this lineup, it seems.
Very disciplined team. You just watching these guys and their approach, you can see that they've seen a lot of good pitching. They know what their strike zone is. They're going to attack early and often.
Just 2 losses this year, both to out-of-state programs, Collierville, Tennessee, and Magnolia Heights, Mississippi. We've said it. They could be talked about as one of the great Arkansas teams in recent memory, considering all the offensive school records they've set. And they've got one of the deepest pitching staffs, certainly in recent memory. Nice backhanded stab. The toss to second, the throw to first, not in time. Meantime, a run will score for Valley View as Caldwell comes home, and it's 1-0 Blazers.
Productive out. That one again, a pitcher's pitch down and in. Webb kept his weight back, and he piped that up the middle. That was a nice backhand, though, up there at second by Ward to have a play on that. That one nearly could have went through in for a single. There could be 2 on, nobody out. That's a big play.
Great job of Dax Webb getting out of the box and beating out that. Should have been an easy double play right there, but out of the box, they're always running hard 90s. They're always going to put pressure on you.
Hudson Hosman now the senior first baseman, 425 batting average. This is a Valley View team that, by the way, comes in as hot as you can come in. They outscored opponents 33-3 in the playoffs. 3-run rule wins over BB Russellville and Van Buren, who had upset Little Rock Christian.
And Hausman was a large part of that as well.
That one gets away. The runner will advance.
Hausman set a school record, 10 home runs this year. That is elite power. There's not many guys that can come in a state title game and knock one out of the yard here at Bear Stadium. It's a pitcher's park, but I'd put my money on Hausman if it's going to get it done.
Absolutely. He led the team, 10 of the 29 home runs for Valley View, 45 RBIs.
It's just about everybody in this lineup.
It is, yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah, Hausman's the one that's really kind of overlooked too, guys, and he let 425, 10 and 45. Transfer from Jonesboro.
2-2 pitch, fouled out of play.
Oh, he wanted that one. You can tell he's a little upset. That's one he can drive right there. That was right in his wheelhouse.
Guys, how big is this, though, for Andrews in a situation? He's already given up one to try to find a way to limit the damage moving forward.
That's exactly right.
Swing and a miss. Does just that. First strikeout of the day for Tag.
That's a great play. Great pitch there. A pitcher's pitch. He gets a tough out. The bender broke really good late. Hausman couldn't connect.
Take a look here quickly defensively for Maumelle. Perhaps in between pitches here as Drew Gartman, the shortstop, will step in. Swinging on the first pitch. Slow grounder to short. The throw across the diamond in time for out number 3. We'll hold that thought. Valley View strands 1. They leave the first with a 1-0 lead in the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships at Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
There's this extraterrestrial quality to sperm whales.
Join me, and together we'll turn back the pages of Earth's past to reveal the amazing wonders beneath our feet.
There's a lot more going on behind the scenes than you might expect.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
We never gonna stop.
The Arkansas Department of Health is proud to support, spotlight, and celebrate Arkansas student athletes in Arkansas PBS Sports. Escape the Vape. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Valley View a 1-0 lead. Take a look here at Chris Ford, the head coach for Maumelle, Cabo.
Yeah, Chris Ford spent 12 years at Sylvan Heroes under Denny Tipton, won one state title there. Went to Lone Oak, Coach Casey Martin, Razorback alum. Then went to Maumelle as an assistant with the promise like he'd have a great job of getting the head job once Barrett Davis moved on to administration, and now he's been there 4 years now as the head coach at Maumelle. State semifinalist last year, and now in the state title game for the first time.
Yeah, he said Maumelle offered him the baseball assistant role in AP US history.
Yep, he was perfect with that. Had a new kid, a new wife, and it was perfect fit for him.
Learned under a good one, and Denny Tipton, St. Louis area native. Chris Moore, he said, hey, personally winning the championship, this is the mecca, this is what you shoot for, but really this is vindication for a lot of hours. And he talked about how big this would be for the Maumelle community, still certainly finding his footing in certain senses, and how big this would be for them. First pitch, swinging, that is a fair ball down the left field line from the pitcher, Tag Andrews. It's going to roll all the way close to the wall. Andrews will round second and stop there.
Trying to help himself out there. Fastball hunting. It's about the only times you're really going to be able to do damage on Davis. Andrews gets a good swing on it.
Yeah, Tag Andrews is an athlete, guys. That's the thing about him. He runs the bases well. In showcase ball, he was always our courtesy runner. He's elite speed out there. Very good athlete. Gets a good swing on it right there.
Andrews, by the way, has not really played in the state tourney. He was in concussion protocol, but good to see him back healthy. certainly back to his normal self. So a runner in scoring position with nobody out for C.J. Cooley, the left fielder.
You see a bunt situation right here, guys, or you think you're going to let him swing away?
Possibly. You know, that's why Chris Forrest said he put C.J. Cooley in that 5th spot right there. He can handle the bat really well, get that first run in. We see it.
Cooley, a first baseman a year ago. Cool start to the season. Four sat him down and said, listen, I don't need you to hit home runs. I need you to be a 400 on base percentage kind of guy. So he starts getting hit, taking walks, getting on base. Confidence has certainly followed, and he has had some clutch hits for Maumelle this season. Gets the bump down, perfectly placed down the third base line, and he will do the job to a T.
That's perfection. Textbook right there. We've seen a lot of players in this state tournament this weekend that can't get butts down. That one by Cooley to the left side does the job perfectly.
Yeah, kudos to Lance Davis, too. Didn't overthrow right there. Look, they're going to give you the out, take it. He knows he has the stuff to leave that runner at third if he needs to.
So now the senior shortstop, Alan Timmons.
Timmons had a power surge against Greenbrier in the quarterfinals, hit his first home run of the year. You'll see he's miniature in stature, but laid back, cool. He's a Hoover vacuum at shortstop, guys, and just recently has been on a tear in the state tournament.
South Ark commit.
What makes Davis so impressive to me, guys, is his repertoire. He can throw just about anything at any time.
Yeah, we've seen it.
It's tough as a hitter because you're almost guessing every time.
That's right, and you know you can't just sit fastball on him because he'll throw that slider on first base. We've seen him throw a first pitch changeup before, so you're right. They'll be guessing all game.
I think the craziest stat. This is an entire team with unbelievable stats. Davis has struck out 44% of the batters he's faced this year.
Yeah, that's Hagen Smith land right there.
It is.
Yeah.
Timmons staying alive.
Yeah, quick 0-2 count right there. That's not what Timmons wanted. We saw him after that first strike. He goes, attempts to bunt, drop the barrel, didn't quite get it down. Now you're in a pitcher's count 0-2. Davis can do whatever he wants to at this point.
A courtesy runner there at third. He's Otag Andrews jog to the dugout. A runner on third, one away here in the top of the second. 1-0 Valley View lead. Rings him up there. Davis getting the inside call. A big out number 2.
Attacking his own, a pitcher doing what he does best. Davis showing why he's one of the best in the state.
Yeah, slider backs up on him on the inside corner right there. Right about, comes in at the belt. Look, great angle right here. Great job by Lawson Ward keeping it within his frame. Strike 3. Backwards K. Now you got 2 outs. He can leave that runner stranded at third.
Here's Grayson Johnson, the catcher.
Johnson started last year as a sophomore, played outfield, and was their backup catcher. Ford knew he was going to be their catcher of the future. Really good behind the plate.
Levi Warrior is the courtesy runner at third. That one down the middle from Davis. Well, some guys have that feel. He certainly does.
Yeah, you can tell right now he is in the zone. He can throw that slider anytime he wants to all 4 quadrants. That's when he's really dangerous.
You feel anytime these innings go a tad longer, given the heat right now on the turf, just that extra labor, Kevin.
Yeah, we talked about it. If they can stay 15 pitches or less, I think that's what Coach Josh Allison and Matt Snyder want to do.
This feels like summer certainly today in Arkansas.
Yeah, you got to think it's a heat index probably of 90, 95 out there. On that turf, it's going to be over 100.
Fans in the shade with the best seat. Rings them up. Back-to-back strikeouts, 3 in the game for Davis. to cling to a 1-0 Valley View lead. It's the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
Just as a radio station is getting popular,
you know Peggy writes to that station twice weekly.
The DJ is electrocuted on the air.
I'm a woman alone, newly arrived in a dangerous town.
During a chess match, one of the competitors dies.
Lab found significant traces of poison on the White Queen.
But the team can't figure out how the killer did it.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family. And part of taking care of them is using a bank that takes care of us. That's why I use Centennial Bank, a strong institution for an uncertain economy. I know them and I trust them. They have a strong financial foundation, which means that my money and our future is never in doubt. Life is busy, and there's plenty of things to worry about. My bank isn't one of them.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Regional Health System is proud to support, spotlight, and celebrate Arkansas student athletes in Arkansas PBS Sports. Since 1921, Conway Regional Health System has provided complete healthcare services to the growing communities of North Central Arkansas. For more information, visit conwayregional.org.
1-0 Valley View. Their coach, Josh Allison, Kevin. Well, he's a character. He's got some personality. We love talking to him every year.
Yeah, I've known Josh since our days in college. He's a Jonesboro guy, went to ASU. Coached at Nettleton, then moved to Stuttgart, had some really good teams. This is his 11th season at Valley View, 6 straight conference championships. He's had some in 5A, 4A, and now back to 5A. They've been to the semifinals every year since 2018.
He said, by the way, he has not gone back and watched one out of that heartbreaker extra inning loss to Little Rock Christian in this field a year ago.
Yeah, tough loss for him, and, you know, that team was special. He talked to us, you know, the other day in our meeting. This team could have gotten back without the transfers that they had. It just made them a lot better with Lance Davis, Hudson Hossman, Dax Webb coming over. And that was the key, that this team, they've done really well. They've met expectations, and now it's just about finishing the job they started.
This is the catcher, Lawson Ward, a senior. He's had a tough season, a lot of injuries. Came back from a hamate injury, injured his wrist, missed another couple of weeks, just hasn't quite been able to find his groove. But he is a talented guy. He signed with Arizona State. Gets a hold of this one on the ground, played cleanly by Eubanks. Throw to first, one away. Take a look here at the defense for Maumelle. It's a good one. And we just talked about Eubanks at the hot corner. Timmons, Ward, and White around the infield. Johnston doing the catching, Cooley, Tucker, and Claret in the outfield.
That's a nice job by Eubanks on that ground ball, too. Get that little short hop, shuffles the feet, makes a nice strong throw to first.
So now Kason Becker, the third baseman.
Yeah, talk about Kason Becker. He's a switch hitter. He hit 2 home runs in the 13-3 win over Little Rock Christian, 1 from each side of the plate.
The senior, if you believe this, is playing, by the way, with 2 torn labrums. He put off surgery to play his senior season. He dislocated his shoulder while catching, kind of throwing the ball above his head. You talk about gutting it out.
Yeah.
That just kind of goes to show you what kind of guy he is. Putting the team first, very unselfish player. My goodness.
I really don't know how you play with 2 torn labrums.
You don't. You don't. You just gut through it. His older brother, Grayson Becker, was at Arkansas State, Valley View graduate.
That one in there, a strike, 3-1.
Grayson Becker was a 2021 grad, I believe, 2021 or 2022. Really good arm on the mound.
Switch hitter batting from the left side, draws the 5-pitch walk.
Well, I think Andrews quickly works through there with Ward, but Becker, the lefty, different look perhaps. It's big for him to bounce back here. Again, Valley View with their bats. Anytime you got guys aboard, you feel like it's trouble because they can run, but they got pop at the plate as well, so you're playing with fire, it seems.
Yeah, they set a state record for steals by a team last season. Didn't have as many this year, but, you know, they're going to put pressure on you.
This is the sophomore second baseman, Noah Ragsdale. That's the thing about their lineup. You have to constantly think about them stealing bases. And Coach Allison talked about that. How much time are you devoting that week preparing to face Valley View? And you're working on that kind of stuff. Popped up, This will stay in fair territory, and just foul.
Woo. That's a break for Maumelle, because if that ball lands fair, that's at least 2.
Yeah, Becker set up at third on that one. That's the Bermuda Triangle, guys. There's 3 of them on the field. You got one right there, you got one right behind second base, and you got one in left field behind third base.
We were just talking about the speed on the base paths, too. Boy, that is close.
Great job by the umpire, right on top of it, almost 2 on top of it.
A 1-1 pitch now to the sophomore.
Now, K-Bo, you're an umpire, so you know this. Down that line, even if the guy's in foul ground, which he wasn't, it's about where the ball would have landed to the umpire's judgment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So where the ball is, and he's got a good look down the line right there. He was right on it. Great job by the umpire. Doesn't matter where the player is, where the defender is, it's where that ball comes into play at.
Casey Becker had taken off, too. I think for a second he really thought that was fair.
Yep. Great delayed steal right there. They're picking up on Andrews. We talked about in our game the other day, they have that timer in their head of when they can go on Andrews. Tag's got to mix his looks up to keep them off the base paths.
Good jump. Strike out there.
It's a good pitcher's pitch. Hey, here's the deal with Andrews, and the Valley View hitters are doing a good job of this with it hot. You see the black jerseys, that's got to play a factor, but it's also working the pitch count. That was a productive out, quality at bat from Ragsdale, works that count and works it and increases the pitch count.
That's a good point given the heat. The strikeout number 2 for Tag Andrews, and here's the 9-hole hitter, Jay Taylor.
This is not much of a 9-hole hitter, though, guys.
No.
Yeah. I mean, my goodness, a guy that's got 2 home runs out of that 9 spot, 4 for 7 in the state tournament with 6 runs driven in on a 12-game on-base streak out of the 9-hole.
A chopper diving stop there by the third baseman. The throw in time. They got him for out number 3. Eubanks with a spectacular inning. Valley View hangs on to a 1-0 lead. Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
Get ready as Bridget, Julia, and the rest of the gang explore new recipes and cooking techniques.
We're all storytellers. You tell stories of our people through music.
I'm diving deep into one of Mexico's most storied, vibrant states, Yucatan.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Attention sports enthusiasts, get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryan. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryan. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, through their 17 electric distribution cooperatives throughout Arkansas, is proud to support, spotlight, and celebrate Arkansas student athletes in Arkansas PBS Sports. For more information, visit aecc.com.
Top of the 3rd we go, 1-0 Valley View lead. Kyle Deckelbaum, JB Brazil, Kevin Bohannon, and our great Arkansas PBS Sports crew. So far, we've had a great pace, guys. It's been everything we hoped it would be.
Absolutely. Both pitchers, look, these are SEC arms, and they've shown it so far. Lance Davis, of course, just working very quick, very fluid right here. And Tag Andrews has shown why he's been one of the top players in the state for that 2024 class since he was a sophomore.
Well, Davis, the way that he ran into trouble, never panicked once. And that's kind of indicative of the guy that he is on the bump. Got the bunt over to third with 1 out, and I think he trusted his stuff, and he carved up 2 really good hitters.
8-9-1 in the lineup here for Maumelle. Bottom of the order, getting their first look at Davis. The right fielder, Roger Claret.
Yeah, Claret's got a bright future on the mound as well. Swings it from the left side. He's a lefty on the mound, low 80s.
Just a sophomore. Platoon guy early, had some injuries, a little bit uptight, but coach said a light switch has gone off, and he has been a tough out so far in the tournament.
Well, and he and Eubanks, they're at 8-9. Combined, they've got 10 hits in the state tournament. That's almost as many as the rest of the team. If you take Peyton Lee out of the equation, to have guys 8-9, that's what gets you. You got to have bottom of the lineup producing to make it to the state title game, and these guys are doing it.
Yeah, a lot of the times that ninth hitter is going to be your second leadoff guy, and you look at the replay right here. Just Lawson Ward got it off the heel a little bit. One guy that has been beat up all season. Lawson Ward doesn't need to take any more hits back there today.
Right to the shortstop. A high throw. The tag applied. Out number 1.
That's a very athletic play. Gartman kind of sailed. Hossman, a nice job. He's got up. So he might, I don't know if he plays basketball or not, but he's got some good vertical. Nice job to make the catch and then apply the tag on the run by.
Unorthodox throw right there from man Drew Gartman at shortstop. He started last year in the state title game. Last year was his first year to start. Just ball, I don't know if he lost grip on it or whatever, but great job by Hossman coming off, get the tag down, get the tag, get him out, on to the next one.
Now Chandler Eubanks, the third baseman. And that hit him.
Davis with some juice. A little uncharacteristic coming up and in there. You kind of see him shake his head a little bit. He'll bounce back, but Eubanks is a guy in that 9-hole. You talked about it, K-Bo. He's like another leadoff guy, gets on base.
Yeah, you flip it around for Blaze Ward at the top of the lineup, who had a good hit. First inning right to Slade Caldwell, so now you got base runners on. The only time we've seen Davis, and he hasn't struggled today, but anytime he gets uncharacteristically wild, that arm drags a little bit and it sails to the in on the righties right there, and you saw it go off Eubanks' helmet.
And brings up Blaze Ward, top of the order for Maumelle. Started this game by flying out to center. Ward committed to Missouri. He has been great in the state tournament. Can't ask for a better leadoff hitter, said Maumelle's coach Chris Four. Early in the season, a bit snake bit. He'd hit it hard, but it was right at people. But things started turning, and hey, there's a reason he's an SEC commit.
Yeah, well, you saw that in his first at-bat against Davis. Probably the best well-struck ball against Davis today was a shot right back to center field.
That's exactly right. And Ward, he's going to be a middle infield guy. Most likely profiles at second base or third base at the next level. A little shorter, but he's got a really good compact, powerful swing, and he's got a good arm. He'll be 85, 86 on the mound if we see him today.
1-1 to Ward.
Davis going heavy with the slider right here the second time through the lineup. We'll see if he's just using that to get the feel for his fastball.
It's one of the few hitters counts that Maumelle's gotten here thus far.
Yeah, he's worked ahead of just about every hitter so far.
Pops this one up into left center field. It'll be Webb with the catch. Out number 2.
That ball kind of left outer part, had that two-seam run to it a little bit from Davis. Ward was a little bit out, didn't barrel, got under it a good bit as well. And once you hit it into that outfield, it's almost a no-fly zone. Good luck.
Yeah, you got, Dax Webb in left field, who's a 6'7", 6'8" runner, and we've talked about Caldwell, and then you got Roach in right field, who's a 6'6", 6'6" runner. There's not many balls that are going to get down today.
Not a powerful lineup by any stretch for Maumelle. 13 home runs as a team. Well, their bats have come alive. Skied from Peyton Lee into center field. Caldwell coming in for out number 3. 1-0 Valley View. We head to the bottom of the third in the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
Arkansas PBS Sports likes to honor a student athlete every title game, and for the 5A baseball side, Arkansas PBS Sports Student All-Star is none other than Tag Andrews, the starting pitcher for Maumelle, committed to play and sign with the University of Arkansas. Again, he's got that GPA above a 4, guys. We've talked about that. I don't know how that's possible. It has been explained to me, but it's still hard to believe.
Yeah, 4.09. Tag's going to pitch at the next level. He's had a great career at Maumelle. Getting to finish it today on the mound for his Hornets, this is something he's been working towards for 4 years. Great student off the field. He's going to be successful no matter what happens after baseball.
What a challenge to begin the bottom of the 3rd for Tag, facing top of the lineup for Valley View and Slade Caldwell. So you start thinking about Caldwell, guys, projected potential top 20 pick out of the state. Trying to think of the highest draft picks from Arkansas. You had Torrey Hunter, who was the 20th pick in 1993 to the Twins.
McKnight.
Hugh Walker from Jacksonville, the 18th pick back in 1988 to the Royals.
And then Tony McKnight went 22nd overall in 95 to the Astros. Yep. Those are the top 3 right there.
You wonder if Caldwell's got a shot.
I think he does. I don't think he goes past 25. Having talked to a lot of the scouts that I've talked to throughout the year, he's been cross-checked. Everybody's got it. It's just a matter of signability at this point, and if that's the player they're looking for in terms of a prep outfielder.
Squares up, pulls back, and draws the walk, something he does really well. And now the man with 50 stolen bases is at first with nobody out.
Yeah, it just puts pressure on Maumelle. So now you got to spend a little bit more time worrying about first base instead of coming home. You got to get to the plate quickly. Guys, Caldwell now reached safely in that first at bat all 33 games. We're not surprised. He's just that elite.
Yeah, 48 walks on the season, only 9 strikeouts.
Wow.
Owen Roach.
Tell you right now, if I was a pitcher that struck him out, I'd want to keep that ball.
Absolutely.
And have him sign it later, maybe, right?
Yeah. And we'll see what happens here. We know Roach is really good at any count. Let's see if they get Caldwell moving over there at first. Roach hitting .330 on the year coming into this game.
You got to remember he's just a sophomore. It's sort of easy to forget that about him. Chopper will find the gap and will not. Played cleanly. Throw to first just in time for the out. Nicely played there by Ward. And so Caldwell will advance to second, standing.
Yeah, Roach does a job once again. Hitting behind the runner, Caldwell's speed. Hitting that right side. A lot of guys, you can't do that, but he hit it soft enough and just does a job. That ball's inside. Good piece of hitting from Roach. He's got the only hit of the day for Valley View, and he just finds a way to put the ball in play.
Yeah, his plan all along was to go backside right there. And you could tell he just didn't quite get enough of it, and kudos to Tag Andrews for running that ball in on the hands enough to where it was going to be a ground ball and not a flare to right field.
Dax Webb, the senior left fielder, had the RBI to drive in Caldwell in the first. The 1 run in this game. Swing and a miss there.
Webb's going to have to protect as Andrews moving up and away, but state tournament time for Webb has been good. Batting .666. 6 for 9 with 6 runs driven in.
See a little gamesmanship right there. Timmons working in behind. He's going to be in Caldwell's pocket the whole time. They have a really good communication that they'll have right there. You may see an open glove hand, open hand. He'll tell Tag Andrews when to pick if he does.
That's something you particularly practice this week.
Absolutely.
Just missing the outside part of the plate there to even the count at 2.
Really good changeup. We talked about it early in the broadcast, guys. That's a put-away pitch for Andrews, and you saw it right there. It just leaked a little bit. Too much fade on the outside corner right there.
That's a good take, too.
Swing and a miss. Plus the tag. Yeah. Strikeout number 3 for Tag Andrews.
That's big for him, too, coming back there and getting it.
Yeah, when you can bend it 3 different ways, you throw that change up and then you come back with that slider right out of that same arm slot, it's tough to lay off that pitch. Great pitch by Tag Andrews right there.
Hudson Hosman, the first baseman. Cleanup hitter for Valley View. It's really, you know, you look at their roster last year compared to this year, they're missing Tyler Hoskins, and like it's the rest of the guys are all the same.
That's exactly right. Gartman and Roach got the start last year, and then Jade Taylor, these guys, they've been here before, and this is nothing new to these guys. Hitters count, boys.
Yeah, you want to be careful if you're Andrews. First base is open. Don't leave and serve one up.
Skies this one foul.
It's a good run inside there. Kind of disarmed him a little bit.
Yeah, great point right there, JB, is look, Andrew, he throws that four seam, but that's one thing that he's developed over the last year and a half is to where he can get out of that 3/4 slot and get a lot more run. His fastball doesn't flatten out like it used to.
2-1 upstairs from Tag Andrews.
Well, and K-Bo, the difference of that four seam and that little arm slot action, it's the difference between barreling it up and a pop-up or something of like that nature.
That's exactly right. With these BB Core bats, the sweet spot is so small that 1.5 inches matters a lot.
That'll be a walk as Caldwell had taken off for third. And so runners at the corners with 2 down for Valley View.
Stole that one off the jump. That's wise by Johnson just to eat it. He didn't field it cleanly on that bounce anyway, but with the speed and Caldwell, there's no sense in forcing a throw there and a potential error.
Yeah, and that's a great read by Caldwell. They know that Andrews has been 60-65% sliders over the past 3 games. They stole knowing it was going to be a breaking pitch.
And that makes him, by the way, the state's all-time leading stolen base runner.
Wow.
Another record.
Did you see when he dove, guys? He's almost halfway to his third base.
That's what he needs to.
1-0 from Andrews. A bit low.
We'll see if Valley View gets their first and third offense going right here to try to steal a run. They know that if anything gets past, Caldwell's going to score. Let's see if they do something right here to get Hosman going at first.
It's a good pitch from Andrew. We've seen him do that on that 2-0 batter previous as well. Inside pitch, it's tough unless you're sitting on that tough to really do much with.
Finds the bottom part of the zone there.
Yeah.
Andrews is really in a groove, isn't he?
He lives there. It's going to be tough for Valley View to square anything up.
The 2-2. That one squirts away. In comes Caldwell sliding. He is safe. 2-0 Valley View.
Speed was a game changer for Caldwell. Everybody knows it. That jump, there's a lot of guys that are out on a play like that, but his jump and read, that ball didn't get very far away, but the jump and the read from Caldwell was the difference.
Yeah, Hosman goes to third. Look at the pitch right here, guys. Tough one. That almost could have been a strike. Grayson Johnson just didn't quite get around it. He worked to frame it before he caught it. That's one thing you got to remember as a young catcher. Catch it before you move the glove.
Well, and you see Hosman, who was already on his way to second. He advances to third. Meantime, Gartman drawing the walk.
This is where the pitch count starts to climb a little bit. Not what Coach Four and company wanted with Andrews. They're going to have a conversation.
Yeah, 2 straight walks. First and third situation. Tell you what, guys, Valley View, that 2-0 lead, it looks like 5-0 right now.
55 pitches thrown for Tag Andrews, and he's not out of the third yet.
And we keep talking about the heat, but this is one of the first days this year in Arkansas where it really feels like summer, especially when you're on that turf here at Bear Stadium.
Yeah, you're on the turf, you're wearing black, you've been out there for a little while now, especially in this inning. The third walk allowed by Andrews, that's unorthodox by him to walk that many in an inning. Valley View taking advantage of the free passes.
Yeah, you could tell that they were trying to capitalize, work the count a little bit. Because even if you're not able to score on him, if you work that count, you can maybe get him out of the game a little earlier.
Yeah, Caldwell scored both of the runs already. You walk him, he's going to come around and score. They've got to keep him off the base paths. Even though Andrews has gone after him and attacked him, he's great discipline by Caldwell so far at the plate.
The catcher Lawson Ward now. with 2 down and runners at the corners and a 2-0 Valley View lead. Maumelle trying to get out of this and minimize damage again.
Cabo and Kyle, we talked about this. Leadoff guys getting on via the walk, 70% of the time come around to score. It's 100% today thus far.
Absolutely. And there's our 85% rule. We want to talk percentages. 85% of the time when a coach makes a mound visit, the next pitch is a strike.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's a fastball, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ward grounded out in his first at-bat. Arizona State signee sends this on the ground, just foul.
Tell you what, Lawson Ward, we talked about him. He had the hamate bone injury, and then the first game back, they were playing Raymore, I believe, and he got hit on the hand on a backswing, and he had to come out and miss that game. He's a 425 hitter, 430 hitter last year, just now getting back into the rhythm. And that caught him.
So 3 straight base runners aboard, 2 walks and a hit by pitch. That'll load the bases with 2 down for Case and Becker.
You hate that too if you're Andrews. Had an 0-2 pitch. That one just runs up and in a little too much. I mean, that's unfortunate for Andrews because that's the guy you really want. You don't want to have bases full of Blazers.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you come back and look. He had gone slider the pitch before. Ward fouled it off. Maybe go back slider right there, control it. You'd be a little bit, you know, keep them off the bases at least. This is where Valley View can really do some damage, boys.
Bases loaded. Kason Becker, the senior third baseman, switch hitter. Natural side righty, but he is hitting left, certainly against Tag Andrews. Gets a hold of this one, fielded cleanly by Ward. The throw to first in time, and Valley View will strain 3. Maumelle breathing a sigh of relief to get out of that and escape a jam again. So it's just 2-0 Blazers on the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
When you choose Conway Regional, you're choosing a healthcare partner rooted in your community. With 9 primary care locations in 5 counties, we believe in building lasting relationships centered on trust and personalized care. Let our family care for yours.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie. I row with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody.
1, 2, 3, turn up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
Support for Arkansas PBS Sports comes from Wendy's. Wendy's Cinnabon Boulevard and Vanilla Frosty Cream Cold Brew available today at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Cold brew kind of day here at Bear Stadium in Conway. Great hosts all weekend for this weekend of champions. Congrats to all the champions crowned this weekend in soccer, baseball, and softball.
25th year for the weekend of champions, guys. The first one, 1999, up in Northwest Arkansas. That was the first one they had where they had everybody coming in one place. 25 years later, still doing a great job by the AAA.
So
Steve
how about
Roberts,
Maumelle, guys? Getting out of that jam again.
That's big. I mean, I think if they're going to have a chance in this game, just because of Valley View's bats, they've got to limit the big inning. Got to get the bats going, which is tough to do against Lance Davis. But, hey, you look at Maumelle, they've still thrown a one-hitter thus far. The walks have started to pile up, but if they can avoid that, they can hang around.
Heart of the lineup here, 3, 4, 5. Nick White, Tag Andrews, C.J. Cooley. First pitch swinging on the ground. It's Becker. 1 away.
Good pitch there from Davis to start. He's the kind of guy, and Cable, you know a lot more about him than probably most people. Gets better with time. When he gets going in a groove, he's tough.
Yeah, when you get to that point, to that 30, 40 pitch mark to where you're really warm, you're really loose, you feel like you can throw any pitch for a strike. And he started out the lefty right there, White, with a first pitch changeup. White out on his front foot. All you can do is beat it into the ground or flip it over the infield. Can't get much power behind it. Your barrel's already leaked out a little bit, and he just beat it into the ground.
Here's Tag Andrews. One thing Maumelle has done in this state tournament, guys, they've battled in at-bats. I mean, they've had better at-bats, their coach Chris Forrest says, and that's part of the reason why those bats have come alive.
Yeah, beat 3 really good teams. Beat Marion, beat Greenbrier, and of course, in the semifinals, a huge win over Van Buren. So you could tell it, and you can tell Davis right here going after Andrews with 2 straight sliders. Great 0-2 pitch.
That was close.
That lit it up. That one might have lit the radar gun up a little bit.
Nothing Andrews could do either.
1-2. This one caught at second by Ragsdale. 2 down.
I like Andrews' approach, though. I mean, he stayed alive, lived to see another day, and then in the attacks, I mean, yeah, he was jammed, but he got a good swing on it. That's tough to do much with.
Yeah, and Andrews is a competitor. He's not going to hit at the next level. Today's the last time he's going to pick up a bat. So he's going to battle every at bat. Just didn't quite get it in there.
Here's C.J. Cooley, the left fielder. Swings on this first pitch, flares it out to right, and Roach gets under it. It's a quick 1-2-3, just what the doctor ordered for Davis. 2-0 Valley View here in Conway.
Southern Loft is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to tell your story by adding color with our furniture. And that's why Southern Loft is a different kind of furniture store. For more information, go to mysouthernloft.com.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family, and part of taking care of them is using a bank that takes care of us. That's why I use Centennial Bank, a strong institution for an uncertain economy. I know them and I trust them. They have a strong financial foundation, which means that my money and our future is never in doubt. Life is busy, and there's plenty of things to worry about. My bank isn't one of them.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We never gonna stop.
Southern Loft is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports and our Arkansas student athletes. Located at 3155 North College Avenue, Suite 102 in Fayetteville, Southern Loft, a different kind of furniture store. For more information, visit mysouthernloft.com.
So after that extremely quick top half of the fourth, Tag Andrews right back out there, guys.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, guys. Andrews made one of those 3 outs after a long 3rd inning for him on the mound. If he's got to work ahead of the bottom half of the lineup right here, you got 8, 9, and 1 coming up. He needs to get a quick out, whether it be the 8 or 9 hole with Caldwell coming up in the 3rd spot.
Andrews has played with fire, only been singed just a little bit thus far. Hasn't really been burned too badly.
Sophomore second baseman Noah Ragsdale. And it's the junior Jade Taylor in the top of the lineup, Slade Caldwell. Getting a hold of this one, Ragsdale. This will find the gap and roll all the way to the wall. Ragsdale is headed around second. He's headed to third. Here comes the throw. Ragsdale slides safe. It's a leadoff triple for the Blazers.
Having the pop in the 8 hole, my goodness, Ragsdale put a big swing on Andrews. He was sitting on that one, turned on it, got that pull side swing, and he shoots the gapper.
Ragsdale, the little fella coming through, second baseman, center cut, middle fastball, gets the barrel out in front, and we've got a triple. And the Blazers are rolling, boys.
Johnson's going to come out and talk to Tag Andrews here. A Maumelle team, guys, with those 2 Razorback arms. We knew we would see both of them today. And it's probably just a matter of time until Peyton Lee comes in.
Yeah, and Peyton Lee, designated hitter, so he's been able to get in the bullpen, warm up if needed right there. So Johnson may be going out, hey, they run Lee down there to start getting warmed up. Andrews has to get out of this right here and limit the damage.
When you look at it, I mean, Davis only giving up 0.16 ERA. You're already behind the 8 ball in terms of his earned run average. You don't want to allow any more to come across.
There he is warming up. Pitch to Jade Taylor.
Guys, Taylor is a freak athlete. He came in that Little Rock Christian game. Hadn't been on the mound much all year, pumping 90-91 to get in that 90-mile-per-hour club for the Blazers. One of 5 arms on the Blazers staff that have been 90 or above this season.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's unheard of in high school baseball. And you'll see that at IMG Academy or some of the prep schools around the nation. But this Valley View team, they've been ranked as high as 18th in perfect games, top 50.
And it's a walk to Taylor to bring up the guy in this batting order you least want to face, Slade Caldwell.
And I think for Andrews, worst case scenario, facing Caldwell now with 2 aboard, nobody out.
Center fielder Slade Caldwell.
Yeah, you don't want to leave anything over the middle. He's done a great job working the corners on Caldwell. Yeah, it's been 2 walks, but they've been really competitive at bats. It looks like we're going to get a pitch and change, guys. That's pitching coach Nick Watson coming out.
And we will. So we'll set up Peyton Lee when we come back. Take a quick break. 2-0 Valley View threatening for more here in Conway.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
There's this extraterrestrial quality to sperm whales.
Join me, and together we'll turn back the pages of Earth's past to reveal the amazing wonders beneath our feet.
There's a lot more going on behind the scenes than you might expect.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody.
We never gonna stop.
Back at Fair Stadium, our first pitching change in this star-studded 5A state championship between Valley View and Maumelle. One Razorback commit comes out, another comes in. K-Bo, it's Peyton Lee.
Yeah, Peyton Lee, 6'4", 175. He's going to work from a 3/4 arm slot. Fastball can be 90, 92. He can run it up 93, 94. Power slider. Power slider, guys. It's going to work in the 82 to 84 range. His ceiling is just as high as maybe a Lance Davis or Tag Andrews, and the Lee name may be familiar. He is the cousin of former Razorback and Washington Nationals Evan Lee, so there's a lot of baseball pedigree in that family.
So Lee's numbers on the years, guys, he's 1-1 with a 1.78 ERA, 78 strikeouts to 23 walks through 43 2/3 innings pitched. He's got strikeout stuff. There's a reason he's going to be playing in the SEC, but he's got his hands full with this hitter here.
Slade Caldwell, that .485 batting average, that daunting 71% on base percentage. First pitch a bit low to Caldwell, who, as we've talked about, could be a top 20 MLB pick. The MLB draft this year, guys, in Arlington, Texas in July. He has played every national circuit and gotten a lot of national attention. He's had scouts follow him to Northeast Arkansas and has certainly become quite used to all the attention around him. He had a broken fibula last August and a run down on the base pass. Kind of a brutal end of the year for a guy who loves to create all that chaos out there, but fully recovered, dynamic. And how does he train? Boxing.
Yeah.
Caldwell's a guy who comes home every day from school, heads to the garage, and he's got a 30-minute session with a speed bag. He's going to take first base.
Yeah, 3-0 count. They just went ahead and intentionally walked him right there. And Caldwell broke his fibula in a rundown at Team USA camp. He had made the 18U Team USA. They were going to travel and play a national schedule. That was the second time he'd gotten to wear the red, white, and blue. So he's really good friends with Connor Griffin, who's going to be a top 10 Major League draft pick out of Jackson Prep in Mississippi. So you know, the accolades are warranted, and he's just a great kid. And just think about this, guys, while we're waiting right here. As many walks as he's had this year, a lot of times kids would go up there just white-knuckling, ready to hit. He takes them. He takes his walks, goes about his business, and turns it over to the rest of his lineup.
First pitch is in there to Owen Roach. Danger zone guys for the Hornets. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Well, to your point too, K-Bolt, in his at-bat previous, his discipline. Those are a lot of pitches that were close that, you know, walking a lot may want to take a hack at. He took them all and drew the walk. It's elite.
Well, that 6'5" frame for Lee really stands out when he's up there.
It really
on the
does,
mound.
yeah. Ball comes out really clean on his arm.
Ragsdale, Taylor, and Caldwell on third, second, and first, respectively, for Valley View. Pitch to Roach. Foul back to the screen.
I like that from Lee. Challenge up and in. Roach above the hands a little bit. Fouled it straight back. Now you got a pitcher's count. You got to be careful with speed aboard not to bury something. You got to trust your catcher. Good location for Lee. This is a big part of the game. Bases loaded, nobody out. You've limited them to 2.
Lee's got to get a little bit more in front out of that slider, guys. It keeps backing up on him a little bit. He's hanging it over the middle of the plate. He needs to work it over the outside third and let it run off over into that left-handed batter's box out there if he want it to be effective, or it's going to hang and they're going to make him pay for it.
The 1-2 on the ground. Chopper to third. The throw home in time for the forced play. Boy, that is a much-needed first out for Maumelle.
And a very difficult play on that backhand. That's a short hop on that backhand. Not only does he have to field it cleanly, but he's got to make a quick, good, strong throw to the plate, which is not very common. I mean, you don't press it a ton. I mean, you see plays like that happen, but to happen in a moment like this, great play at third by Eubanks.
Yeah, he was positioned in the perfect spot, guys. You know, if he's a step further back, that's an in-between hop, and he gets through.
Here's Dax Webb.
There we go. Yeah, got an illegal pitch right there. That's going to score a run.
That will make it 3-0.
So what the call was, guys, an illegal pitch. It was most likely how he was set up right there. The umpires are looking for that type of thing. There's a way that the pitcher can set up, whether it's out of the stretch or out of the windup, where your foot positioning is, and they saw it right there and nailed Lee for it.
Pitch to Webb upstairs. Well, now that's not the right call, but gosh, what a brutal thing to have to endure.
Yeah, it is, and that's one of the things. Look, these guys are taught and they're trained. The pitchers are. Look, this is where your feet have to be. But a lot of them, guys, they're watching major leaguers, and the same thing. You see it right here. His feet are parallel with the rubber, and you can't do that in high school baseball, guys. That's an illegal move right there. Good call by the umpiring crew.
Not easy to see. Great job. So 3-0. Valley View does take away the force at any. Well, check that. Still have that.
Yeah, but you got to think too. It might play with the mind a little bit too. You're settling in, bases loaded. Then you get that illegal pitch call. It might rattle you a little bit as a pitcher. It's interesting to see how Lee responds.
2-1 to Webb.
Yeah, in the professional ranks in Major League Baseball, you've seen guys like Jacob deGrom, Noah Syndergaard that start parallel with the rubber and take that step back. You can't do it. Your offset foot has to be in line, at least with your toe, with the foot that's on the rubber, which you see Lee is right there. That's a legal stance. If he moves it up any further, it would be illegal.
Full count now on Webb.
Really
reached on a fielder's choice in his first at-bat, struck out in the second.
Lee really wanted that one right there, just off the black on the inside corner. Great plate discipline by Dax Webb.
Just missing inside. Bases loaded again with one away.
Yeah, and you got a guy that's got elite pop coming in too. We've talked about this, even off air, how important this inning is going to be for Maumelle. It's 3-0. You're facing a 3-0 lead right now with Davis on the bump. Feels like 7-0, 8-0. So you got to figure out a way to limit the damage. You keep playing with fire, eventually the dam's going to break.
And that's what happened in the semifinals for Valley View. They had gotten runners on, didn't quite get them in, and Coach Josh Allison said the dam finally broke.
Hosman, the first baseman, with a walk and a strikeout in this game. It's Taylor, Caldwell, and Webb on.
Great pitch right there. That's the slider we need to see from Lee to be effective, boys. That's what we need to see right there.
Because he's sitting on that thinking maybe it's going to be a pitch to handle, and then it just falls off.
Yeah,
now you got a pitcher's count.
Yeah, it looks like a fastball out of the hand that's going to be on the corner, and it just falls off the table.
Base is loaded, one away, bottom of the fourth here. The pitch down the middle to ring him up. That is a massive strikeout from Peyton Lee.
Think of beauty from Andrews, or from Lee, just to paint that one over, had him off. He froze him. I mean, just a great off speed. He set up with that slider away, K-Bo, and then right down the heart.
Yeah, Hosman was thinking fastball right there, and Bender got him just jelly-legged. Great job by Peyton Lee.
Here's Drew Gartman, the shortstop, 0 for 1 with a walk in this one. So now 2 down. Beautiful pitching here from Peyton Lee. Maumelle trying to limit the damage again. That has been the story in this one for the Hornets. Oh, 2.
Really feeling it right now.
And he's going to that pitch. He feels comfortable with it. That curveball, he's finding it for strikes. Why not?
Yeah, it's an elite pitch. Really tight spin right there. Can throw it any count. We've talked these Maumelle pitchers, Andrews and Lee, are 65% sliders. They feel comfortable with it, can throw it at any count.
And Valley View has not seen Peyton Lee this year. They saw Tag Andrews in that game back in February, a 2-1 Valley View win. So there was some thought in this one they may start Lee just because Valley View had not seen him. The 0-2 to Gartman. Stays alive.
So this changes Valley View's mindset right now. So they got to think, and we talked about this yesterday, Lee's going to pitch them backwards. It's off-speed fastball. So they're sitting off-speed now. And if Lee mixes in that fastball a little bit, they're going to have trouble keeping up with it because it's going to be 91, 92 mile-per-hour fastball. He'll use the fastball just to show it. Now I go back to the slider, speed him up to slow him down.
Just trying to keep him off balance. I mean, that's the name of the game.
That's exactly right.
One-two here to Gartman with the bases loaded. Gets a piece of it, and it's going to be fielded by Ward on to White at first. Maumelle escapes another jam. Incredible. What a job there by Peyton Lee to keep it 3-0 Valley View.
Vaping costs over $1,500 a year. So if you vape, there goes that new gaming system. Or that new mountain bike. Escape the vape. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Attention sports enthusiasts, get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryant. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryant. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
What a game so far here in the 5A championship.
It's been Valley View, only 3 runs, but some nice job hitting. They've been able to do some situational stuff, but they haven't gotten the really big hit just yet. Slade Caldwell with 2 walks in each of his first 2 at-bats. He scored both of the first 2 runs. He gets here on his speed. A little pass ball, diving in to make it 2-0, and then how about this piece of hitting from Noah Ragsdale here in the 4th? Absolutely drills that ball to left center field. His speed was on display as well. The pop-up slide for the leadoff triple, and that would prove important. Ended up scoring on a legal pitch to make it 3-0. But thus far, guys, Maumelle has really, you got to think they're fortunate it's only 3-0.
Absolutely. You know, you get the bases loaded, no outs, and they only get 1 across. Very fortunate to get out of that inning. They're still within striking distance with it being 3-0. But like we said, with Lance Davis on the mound, 3-0 may feel like 5-0, 6-0. They got to get it 1 at a time right here. And when you got, let's see, bottom part of the lineup, Timmons, Johnston, Claret coming up, let's see what they can do to flip it around.
Alan Timmons struck out in his first at-bat. Yeah, Maumelle, certainly you're thanking your lucky stars. You're walking a tightrope a bit, and you've been able to get out of jam after jam after jam. Valley View, you're up just 3-0 after all these chances. And I don't think they're thinking about the way the last 2 seasons have ended on this field, but boy, at some point those thoughts sort of have to creep into your mind a little bit when you can't take advantage of these massive opportunities and break the game open.
It's a good job by this hitter, taking pitches. That's what you want to do against Davis right now. He's been grooving. Take and try to get a hitter's count if you can.
Right back up the middle, sliding and stopping. Ragsdale throw to first, not nearly in time, but an excellent play to prevent that from going into the outfield. And so Timmons gets on base, much needed leadoff base runner for the Hornets.
That's a big at bat because he takes to get that hitter's count. When you get a 2-1 pitch as a hitter, you feel more confident you can get a pitch to do something with. Right back through the box, didn't do too much, and his speed was on display.
Yeah, Timmons using his speed. He was a 800,000-yard receiver during the football season the last 2 years and showed it right there. He's going to South Ark Community College next year. So Timmons, he's just a ball player, guys.
Energizer bunny on the baseball field is the way that Chris Ford described him. That pitch in there for a called strike to Grayson Johnston, the catcher.
Johnston's got a little pop. He had 4 home runs last year. See if he can do something right here, jump on a fastball.
Going after it.
If he gets one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Another bitter. When Davis is on like that, it's
slider,
tough.
Yeah, that's elite stuff right there. That slider is just next level.
Throw down to second, sliding in safely. Timmons, runner in scoring position for Maumelle.
Good pitch to run on, too. Off speed, down and away, kind of bounced up there. It was going to be a tough play by the catcher. So Timmons with his speed gives Maumelle a chance with a runner in scoring position now.
Yeah, we've seen Davis. He stranded a runner at third back in the 2nd inning. Base runners do not bother him when they're on the base paths. He's going to work his game. He knows he's got Lawson Ward back there, one of the best defensive catchers in the state. Just stay within himself, use his repertoire.
It is crazy. We've seen 3 pitchers in this game, all future Razorbacks. I know Arkansas signs a lot of in-state guys, but boy, there's some talent.
Yeah, especially the arms in this 2024 class. They're all pitchers that are going up there, and you know, with the transfer portal now, these guys have a chance to make it. I firmly believe that. Early in the year, Davis was talked about as a potential draft pick by a lot of scouts that we had seen when we were in Hot Springs for the Southwest Sporting Goods Classic. Just not quite there yet. He needs to go to college. He needs to get in that weight room, needs to put on that college muscle, and he could be a 3-year guy just like Tag Andrews could be.
Johnston ahead in the count and make it 3-0.
I like the at-bat here from 8-hole. You know, Claret, the way he sits in there and takes pitches, And it ain't spotty. He's impressive. He's got very good discipline. And he's seen the ball well. I mean, 8-9 in the state tournament we mentioned, 10 hits combined.
And he'll draw the walk. 2 on for Maumelle. Nice job by Ward to calm down Davis here. Faced Chandler Eubanks, who in the semis, Chris Ford told us that he had warmed up to come in relief. The next pitch hits him in the kneecap. He's hobbling around. Ball hits the gap. He soars around the base paths, gets back in the dugout. That knee is black and blue. That's the kind of guy Chandler Eubanks is. Junior third baseman. Hit by a pitch in his first at-bat.
He's looked really good with the glove today, too, Kyle. I like his footwork over there, really good hands.
How about this opportunity for Maumelle here, guys?
It's 5 straight misses for Davis. That's not very much like him at all.
Yeah, only 2 walks on the day. You know, the fastball command has been there, but, you know, he's working off the slider right now, which is a little backwards. See if he uses it to get back in the zone. Looks like he did right there. Just doesn't have the same late bite to it. It's just really flattened out right over the plate right now. Keeping Timmons honest out there. Now let's see if they'll use the flash play where second base comes in, then shortstop creeps in behind him after he bails. That could be what Valley View's setting up right here.
One to Eubanks. Check swing did not go.
That's impressive. Not hold up on a very good pitcher's pitch here. Because that's a ball that Davis wants to swing it. Nice hold up. And hey, for Maumelle, got a hitter's count. It's the best opportunity they've had all day against Davis.
Feels like they've really got to take advantage here. 2 on, 1 away.
Good fastball up in the zone right there. Not much Eubanks could have done with it. Spoiled it off. Now that could just been a show me pitch. Like, I'm gonna show you the fastball up and in so I can break the slider off on the outside. See if Davis goes back to the bread and butter right here.
2-2 pitch. Davis comes to his set. Upstairs to load the count.
Didn't miss by much, but that one stayed high. Never really broke. Good take by Eubanks. This is a big pitch in this contest right here. Davis has got good control, so if you're Eubanks, you got to think it's going to be close to the zone.
Absolutely, and this is the first time we've seen Davis labor today, so how does he respond to it? How does he work through it?
Full count here in the top of the 5th. Best opportunity of the day for these Hornets playing in their first state championship game. Nice eye there from Chandler Eubanks to lay off of it and load the bases against Davis with just 1 away.
Through 4 bats in the 8 and 9 hole, they've reached 3 times combined. That's where you're getting production from the bottom of the lineup, working the count, so the pitch count's going up too. And now you flip things over for the top of the lineup, and Ward and Lee will get chances, barring a double play.
Back-to-back walks allowed by Davis. And we'll get a visit to the mound here.
That's pitching coach Matt Snyder coming out to talk to his ace. Just calming him down a little bit right now, talking about what they're going to have for dinner tonight, what they need to do to get out of this situation right now. Now, the good thing is, look, Davis can attack, go after him. They have Eli Cracilius, who has started the last 2 championship games for Valley View that we expected to see today, so who is also a Razorback signee. So the 4 pitchers that we're expected to see today are all committed or going to the University of Arkansas and already signed with them. So, look, let your defense work. Don't try to finesse it. Don't be a strikeout guy. pitch to contact, which he'll do at the next level. So that's what Matt Snyder's, telling his ace right now.
You know how heavy that hat has to be with all that sweat.
Absolutely.
On this kind of warm day. Top of the order, Blaze Ward, the second baseman. 0 for 2 on the day. The pitch from Davis with the bases loaded. Upstairs, trying to find the zone at the moment. Ward, a Missouri commit, .444 batting average. He has been fantastic in the state tournament. Excellent leadoff hitter for these Hornets playing in their first state championship game. Much needed strike call there.
Yeah, it was big too. You felt like the Hornets were going to take till they got one, just the way that Ward was going.
Absolutely.
Lee and White behind Ward. A big moment, base is loaded. Just not the same break at the moment.
Yeah, he's lost his feel right now, and that's one of the things that happens on a hot day like this. You start to sweat a little bit. You see him going to the rosin bag right there. He's just lost his feel. Find his release point, just needs to take a few pitches. The only problem is you got bases loaded, nowhere to put him at this point.
Ward ahead in the count, 2-1, fouls this away to even the count 2 apiece.
Might have helped him out a little bit.
Yeah,
That was a little bit high above the hands, and Ward just got a little too trigger happy.
Yeah, he did. Blaze Ward's a hitter. He's the top of the lineup for a reason. And you go down there to the Valley View bullpen, you see Eli Crasilius warming up down there.
Yeah, Crasilius, who again has started the last 2 championship games on this field for Valley View. 2-2 pitch from Davis. Swing and a miss. What a massive strikeout for out number 2.
That pitch previous was the difference. 2-2 count to a 3-1. No, because he swung and fouled it off. It set up things for Davis, and he's tough with 2 strikes. A big K in a big moment.
I want to credit Lawson Ward back there behind the plate. You saw him flash his glove up right there. He gave Davis an aiming point. That's the point he wanted him to aim at to throw it, and the slider was perfect. Fooled Blaze Ward right there. Great pitch by Lance Davis to get the strikeout.
So 4th strikeout of the day from Davis. First one since the 2nd inning. Still bases loaded for Maumelle. This is the inning, guys. They have got to cash in.
They got their guy due up, Peyton Lee. He's 0 for 2 today, but he's on a 24-game on-base streak, 4-game hitting streak. In terms of the hottest hitter in the lineup, Lee's the guy, but you just faced a guy, you're facing Davis, who got a big strikeout. You know he's going to be a little amped up.
Yeah, and Chris Ford doing a great job right there, calling one of his offensive timeouts for the game, talking to his guys like, look, okay, this is what we've seen from him. This is what happened the first 2 times up. Look, he worked ahead of him his first at bat, 0-2 count. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, like you said, JB. Second time, first pitch, fastball, jumped on it, flew out to center field. We'll see how Davis attacks right here.
You saw it feels like 91, even warmer than that on this turf below us here at Bear Stadium. The first one upstairs to Peyton Lee, leads the team in RBI. Trying to help himself, came in to replace Tag Andrews on the mound. Base is loaded, 2 down. Razorback against Razorback commit.
That was a good pitch, outer half. Now this is the pitch that's important to me because it's a difference between 2-1 or 1-2 count depending on what he throws. Big for pitcher and hitter right here.
Davis winds, delivers to Lee. That is in there for strike number 2.
He's more confident with the fastball right now, guys. That's what we see. Strike 1 was on the black. Strike 2 on the black. Now, like you said, JB, he can do a lot of different things right here with the 1-2 count.
Two-two.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's a pitch that a lot of guys swing and miss at.
Absolutely.
It's a little bit further out, but it's still enticing enough. Great take from Lee.
Yeah. Davis wanted to be a little bit more competitive with that pitch. Like you said, it's a little too far out for Lee to be too anxious to swing at it.
Here's the 2-2. Full count, bases loaded, 2 down. Maumelle's best opportunity of the day.
Oh my goodness. Guys, this pitch is monumental in this game.
No matter what happens right here, guys, I think this is going to be Davis's last inning. Get through it, of course, but I think this will be it for Davis.
The 3-2 with the bases loaded. Chopper back up the middle. Fielded over to first. Valley View escapes the jam this time. Maumelle strands, the bases loaded. Davis getting out of the jam. 3-0 Valley View in the baseball championships, presented by Centennial Bank on the Arkansas PBS Sports.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
After years of dealing with extreme pain, thanks to visiting UAMS Health, I'm able to do things physically that I never thought I'd be able to do again.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
Arkansas PBS needs to add 2,500 new members by June 30th. If we succeed, we receive a gift of $45,000. We are just over halfway there, but with less than 2 months remaining, we need your help. If you're already a member, thank you. If you're not, your donation moves us one step closer to that $45,000 gift. Visit myarkansaspbs.org and donate today.
For a copy of any of the state championship games, go to m&mproductions.net to place your order.
Well, Matt Johnson and his crew and the entire Arkansas PBS Sports crew have done a fantastic job. We have a second here. Tip of the cap to all those guys out there in the heat that have grinded away long, long hours this weekend. And a great job, by the way, as we wrap up the 23-24 academic year in terms of finals. Great job with football and basketball and spring sports as well. How neat is this to be able to broadcast all these championship games?
Yeah, that's the big thing. These kids deserve a statewide platform to perform on, and that's the biggest thing. We didn't have it back in late 90s, early 2000s, and Arkansas PBS stepped up. What a great place to have it, Conway, Central Arkansas right here. So kudos and thanks a lot to M&M Productions, the Arkansas PBS staff, my girl Tanisha in there. This is just Kevin, the great crew, just great production this past weekend.
Yeah, they are the absolute best. Bobby Swafford as well to AAA. What a game. Hey, if we're going to bring it to you on a Sunday, sure going to feel like this. Both teams have been able to escape out of jams. Valley View there with the bases loaded. And a swing and a miss there by Nick White. Check that, flip over my card here. Lawson Ward. High stress situations in the heat for both teams.
Yeah, that's that plus slider that we've talked about. And Lee wanted that second pitch. Grayson Johnson behind the plate, be a little quieter with that mitt. That caught the plate. You don't have to show it too long.
Ward pops this up to center. Tucker moves over and makes the catches. Claret gets out of the way.
Yeah, they moved Tag Andrews out there. Sorry, JB. They moved Tag Andrews out to center field. They have Lee or Andrews. They'll flip when one of them's pitching, the other one will be in center field. They want their athletes out in center.
The ball traveled a good ways, carried. Nice range from Andrews to go and get it.
Yeah, Ward has some pop, guys. Like we said, he hit in the middle of the lineup last year, been hurt this season. And Josh Allison said he won't be up to maximum performance this late in the season, but got a lot of pop.
Here's Casey Becker. So Andrews in center. You think about Peyton Lee, who made the last out, then coming back out there on the mound.
Yeah, that's one thing that, you know, unless Slade's been on the mound this year for Valley View, that's the first time we've seen this weekend where your pitcher has not been in the hitting lineup, you know, 1A through 6A. Valley View, that they have pitchers that just pitch.
Hard hit ball, that is fair down the right field line. Becker's gonna hustle around first. He's headed into second. He is rounding second, he's headed into third. And I think they're gonna bring him back to second as that ball got away an unplayable part of the field there.
Ground rule double. Well, now we'll see what the umpires rule it right here. If he calls, okay, they called it. If he calls it and then goes back after it, he can keep running around the bases, guys. But they called it a ground rule double. Josh Allison may come out and ask about it.
Smart by Becker, he kept running. Well, he sort of kicked it in there.
Looked like he may have knocked it under there.
That ball was tagged, though, by Becker. Good piece of hitting.
Yeah.
It's going to be a double, regardless. At the very least, a double for Becker, and he piped it down that right field line. But here's the deal. You saw on your screen, umpire called time as if to rule a dead ball. It'd be hard to overturn that, I'd imagine.
Well, here's the deal, guys. Once the guy's hands come up out there, as a player, do not touch that ball. The umpire makes the decision to call it. Yes, they got it, a dead ball, ground rule double. They're going to go back out and look at it and let the umpire get it. Now, if they put him at third, I think they're going to leave him at second. Justin Yates is explaining to Josh Allison right now why it's going to be a double.
There's no difference in the rule to explain that, even if the right fielder Claret had knocked that himself into unplayable territory.
That's exactly right. And, you know, Josh Allison's wanting his guy at third base because the right fielder Claret went and picked it up. So that's why he wanted the umpires to get together and talk about it. And he's pleading his case right now. He's not going to win it, but he's pleading his case pretty heavily.
But that's your instinct if you're playing defense.
Yeah,
to
get the
keep
ball.
Going for the ball, right. Allison pleading his case. This is where it gets weird.
And at that point, the umpire goes and gets the ball. Well, okay, here, play this out, guys. Here's what could have happened, all right? They call it a ground rule double, but the guy goes out there and says it hasn't gone out of play. They could put Becker on third if they wanted to.
Yeah, and that's interesting, too, because it's hard to tell from that angle anyways. Did he kick it out on his own accord, or did it just fall underneath?
Yeah.
I guess it just sort of under the padding out there. And so Becker will be at second on the ground rule double. And here's the second baseman, Noah Ragsdale.
Ragsdale with that hard hit triple earlier in the game to left center field.
Hard hit once again down the left field line. It is fair and it's rolling to the wall. Becker's going to come around after that ground rule double and score 4-0 Valley View.
That ball hit on a rope by Ragsdale. That looks like a beach ball out there for him today. 2 extra base hits in the state title game, young man. My goodness.
How about the little man? Second base, Noah Ragsdale, jumping all over that first pitch fastball. Great barrel integrity, keeping it inside the foul line down there. Have a day, Noah Ragsdale.
The little man, the 8-hole hitter, coming up big. Meantime, back-to-back doubles for Valley View. Here's the pitch, the 9-hole hitter, Jay Taylor. 0 for 1 with a walk in this game. Taylor's been dealing with a back injury of late. He's been powering through that. And by the way, looming in the on-deck circle, Slade Caldwell.
who's itching to hit, boys. He's walked 3 times today. He's looking to do some damage the next time he's up.
Check swing. He went 1-2.
Good pitch right there.
It sure was. Bender moving away. I've been impressed with 8-9 hole for both teams, though. Getting on combined 6 times. The bottom of the lineup. That one just fooled by Taylor. He'll have to protect. Lee needs to get out of this inning without any more coming across.
If there is a third pitcher from Maumelle, Kevin, most likely Blaze Ward.
Yeah, Blaze Ward, who came in relief in the first game against Valley View for Maumelle.
Well, that is a massive strikeout for out number 2. Jake Taylor down on strikes. Top of the order, Slade Caldwell.
That's big because you didn't want to face Caldwell with 2 on, 1 out. First base is open. I'm sure Caldwell wants to hit. Lee wants to attack here.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to pitch around him a little bit. I don't think they'll intentionally walk him because, look, Lee wants to prove something right here. He wants to show it. So while they will intentionally walk him, we'll see.
Right.
The future Razorback pitcher pitching to Caldwell, a projected potential top 20 MLB pick in this year's draft. Caldwell's committed to Ole Miss.
I'll say this, he's 5'9". If he was 6'1", he's an easy top 10 draft pick, maybe a top 5. But he plays a lot bigger than what he is.
He projects as a speedy center fielder.
Well, and guys, you got to think just the role model that he is to younger athletes, at least in size, a Jose Altuve type guy. He's elite, but for him to be at his size and play the way he does, he's got to be role model.
Yeah, he's put together.
I've seen him compared to Corbin Carroll with the D-backs.
Very good comp right there, Kyle. And that's who Slade kind of tailors his game after and likes to imitate, which is, you know, if you're going to pick out a guy, that's a really good one to pick in Corbin Carroll.
We talked to a scout from one major league team on Friday night. We thought this game was going to be played. He has seen Caldwell 8 times this year. Big swing and a miss in the breaking ball. That is amazing to see a high school player 8 times.
Yeah, that's a club that is doing their due diligence. They're looking at every single thing. They followed him to Memphis, Northeast Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, Central Arkansas, and of course you got plenty of them here today as well.
1-2 from Lee. Swing and a miss. He struck out Slade Caldwell for out number 3. Escaping the jam once again, just 4-0 Valley View. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships at Arkansas PBS Sports.
It's prime time on your time. Get more of your primetime favorites each weekday starting at 1:30 following our PBS Kids programs. Catch up on all the programs you love, including Exploring Arkansas, Nature, Antiques Roadshow, Arkansas Week, British Favorites, Mysteries, and more, beginning at 1:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. See the full schedule and all the ways to watch at myarkansaspbs.org/watch. Sustaining membership is an easy, convenient, and affordable way for you to support the programs you love on Arkansas PBS. Sustaining members make an ongoing monthly contribution from either their checking account or a credit card. Simply choose the monthly amount that fits your budget, and then call or go online and we'll set it up for you. Your donation will happen automatically each month, so your support will always be current. Need to make a change to your monthly gift? Just call or email us. You're always in control. Knowing we can count on a certain amount of revenue each month helps Arkansas PBS better plan for the future. Call or go online to start your sustaining membership right now.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
As the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics, UAMS Health provides orthopedic care, sports medicine expertise, therapy, and support to athletic programs, organizations, and events across the state. UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine with conveniently located clinics in Central or Northwest Arkansas.
Into the late innings we go, 4-0. Well-pitched game. Kyle Deckelbaum, JB Brazil, Kevin Bohannon with you from Conway on this steamy Sunday afternoon. Davis remains out there. He'll face Nick White. It's 3-4-5 in the Maumelle lineup. Hornets had their best chance in the last inning and just could not capitalize.
With the right guy too, Lee. It was just big on big, Davis on Lee, and Davis got the best of him. Yeah, their best chance, no question. Now 6 outs with which to work. You really got to be selective at the plate.
Really surprised Davis came back out after that last inning. I thought they would definitely go with Crecilius for the last 6 outs, but.
Chopper to second. 1 down.
Good job pitching there, too. You can tell he's got him off balance, and so maybe that's what Coach Allison's seeing there. Davis still looking good.
Well, to his credit, he had those back-to-back walks, but settled in, striking out Blaze Ward, and then got out of the inning with the grounder to Peyton Lee.
And we'll see right here how he attacks Andrews after that second inning double. You gonna come right after him or attack him with sliders?
Andrews is he's ready to pull the trigger.
He's always ready to attack. That kid.
Well, you said it. He may not pick up a bat again. Eager to be back, too. He had not played in the state tournament. He was in concussion protocol. And Chris Forrest said, hey, when the lights come on, Tag comes on. And if you tell Tag he can't do something, there's a good chance it'll be done. He told a great story, too. He's the kind of guy who will say, game over, coach, and then lead off the game with a double.
Yeah, Ford was referencing they were in extra innings against BB. It was a 3-2 ball game. They had been struggling, and Andrews came up at first at bat that inning in the 10th inning and said, game over, coach, I got this. Led off with a double.
Swing and a miss there. Drop third strike, throw to first. Whoa. He stepped on it, 2 down.
That's another athletic play there from Hossman. I mean, did you see that?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Uncharacteristic wild throw by Lawson Ward. He's usually right on the money right there. Hudson Hossman showing the hops once again. Dirty slider right there. Andrews just couldn't hold back on it.
5 strikeouts for Davis. Looking to close out the 6th against C.J. Cooley.
2 quick outs. Jumping ahead of another hitter right here. Maumelle down to their last 4 outs in the 2024 season. Guys, I know we talked about it the broadcast, but you can see how Davis, his velo hasn't changed. It hasn't dropped any. You can see he maintains it throughout the game.
Still got the pop and the sound.
Yeah, the 5th inning right there, he got a little wayward, but the slider still has good bite to it. Still good depth on it. Fastball has good ride late in the zone.
1-2 to Cooley. On the ground. And Becker over to Hosman. 3 up, 3 down. If that is it for Davis. What a finish, what a performance. 5 strikeouts for him. Valley View looking to add to their 4-0 lead as this game heads to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Civics education empowers us to be well-informed, active citizens and gives us the opportunity to change the world. Our educators have created tools for parents and teachers to help guide and engage children through the civics process during this election year. Discover ways to talk with your child about being a good citizen and how you can explore elections together with resources available at myarkansaspbs.org/civics.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
I was actually right behind Jimi Hendrix's bell bottom there.
So the 70s fashion blocked your head out of this photo.
Exactly.
From bondage to battle.
What do you make of him?
It changes the game for my family.
I wish the American public understood war the way warriors understand war.
It's not just another job. You're going in a hot area and someone's going to die.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
1, 2, 3, turn it up!
Legion Scaffold is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports, located at 1021 Hemlock Street in North Little Rock. Visit legionscaffold.com for more information.
So 4-0 Valley View. Could have been a lot more in this game. Bottom of the 6th we go here. Maumelle trying to keep it just a 4-0 lead. They've got 3 outs with which to work in the 7th. Try to keep it within striking distance. 2, 3, 4 in the lineup for Valley View: Roach, Webb, and Hosman.
And one of the few times this year that Roach has gotten up and Caldwell hasn't been on base.
Yeah.
The only way you can do it is lead off an inning.
That's right. And that doesn't happen very often
That's
either,
right.
I imagine.
That guy before you on base 71% of the time.
Hey guys, we're not going to have too many games that we call over the next, I don't care how many years, where there's this much talent on the field that we're going to see play for a long time, both teams.
This one hard hit and caught at third by Eubanks.
He's been a glove, a vacuum over at third all game long. A couple of ground ball outs that he's made plays on. That was a bullet off the bat of Roach and a nice reaction play.
Yeah, he's playing up, playing even, right about the end cut. Right there, right at him. Great hands. Good preset position right there on the balls of his feet. Right there at it.
Guys, that's an excellent replay, too, that we got.
Yes.
Good angle.
Tell you, they're on it. They're on it today, guys. On it every day.
Senior left fielder Dax Webb. What do you think about this year for Maumelle? Kind of the barrier's broken. You get to the semifinals last year, lose to Valley View, to make it to the championship for the first time, what it can do for your program, and certainly the entire Hornets community trying to really build something there.
Yeah, Maumelle's really grown. This is only their 11th year as a school.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, and, you know, Shook has won a lot of basketball titles. They've had a lot of basketball accolades. Football really hasn't been there, but this is really big for the baseball program and the community.
You saw it on Friday. A ton of fans came out there to support Maumelle.
Police escort, yeah.
Up to Conway. On the ground to second. And misplayed.
That's a ball certainly that Ward, 9 times out of 10, maybe even higher than that, he's going to make the play on. But artificial turf's always a little bit more difficult. Might have taken his eyes off of it just a little bit.
Problem was right there, Ward got flat feet. And you can see it. You know, good job by Dax Webb. You know, 3-1 count. Hitters count. Didn't get too much in the leg. We just flat-footed right there by Ward.
Saw a one-out base runner for Hudson Hosman, the first baseman. 0 for 2 with a walk in this one. He struck out twice. Hosman, a senior. He has had the power in this lineup. He had a ball at Harrison into the wind that cleared the fence. Coach Allison said he could not believe it, but an indication into Hosman's power.
Yeah, of course, transferred from Jonesboro. He was a 6A all-conference player last year for Jonesboro, transferred to Valley View, and he's really taken off this season.
Throw down to second, and it skips away. So that'll be a stolen base for Webb.
Great throw by Grayson Johnson, right on the bag right there. See it right there. High leg kick. Timmons just couldn't hold on to it right there.
That ball is on the money. That's about the only way there's a play. He likely beats that out too.
Absolutely. And that, you know, we've talked about pitchers and how they control the running game. You know, Peyton Lee, when you throw 91 up to, you know, 93, 94, you can still have a leg kick and get home in 1.3 or less. But with Valley View, they're always going to put pressure on you, so that's always going to be in the back of your head.
Hosman in the batter's box looking to increase this 4-0 lead. You know, think about Valley View's lineup too. They've had so many injuries this year, still set all these offensive school records.
Yeah, Coach Allison said they only had their lineup that they expected for one game this year. I think that's what he said, and that was the Ray Peck game. And then Lawson Ward got hurt. Keaton Mathis had to go in. Keaton Mathis is a Razorback commit for the 2025 class, who's been out the last half of the year with a back injury.
Yeah, we have not mentioned his name, but another one of these Razorback signees.
We got a balk call, I believe.
So that'll advance Webb to third. And Mathis has been out for about a month and a half. You just hope it's not serious. He's a competitive guy and a bright future.
Yeah, he can catch. He's played first, third, pitch, really good arm.
Runner on third, one away. And the pitch is low and outside, and it's a walk. Runners at the corners now with one out for Valley View.
Second time he's reached base. Hossman, nice job taking there. And you know, you saw with Lee the way he was coming in with a 3-1 pitch. Probably not a bad idea. You don't want to serve something up for a guy that can send it out of the park.
Yep.
Here's Drew Gartman.
Johnston getting their first and third defense set up right here. There's a lot of different things you can do as a first and third defense. You can throw through. You can have your shortstop or first or second baseman come up and cut. You can throw behind the runner at third. A lot of different situations that can happen in this. Valley View showing bunt right there. Coach Allison seeing how their coverage is going to be and how the defense rotates to it. So a lot of gamesmanship going on right here between both coaching staffs. This is the game within the game, guys.
We got to think for Valley View too. You know, it's Drew Gartman, last time you're going to pick up a bat for a while.
Yep, and Drew Gartman's the one in the 5-hole right there who can bunt. He can bunt for a hit. He's got elite speed at shortstop. Yeah, Coach Allison told us, he said he'll drag bunt at least once a game. Don't be surprised if you see it. So seen him square twice. We'll see if we got the old slash play going where he'll show and pull back and hit. A lot of different things that could happen with Drew Gartman.
Runners at the corners. One away. The pitch fouled away again.
Lee not giving in. He continues to flip that slider in there, JB. Really good command of that pitch right now.
It's good, well located. Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's trying to get that bunt down. There's been a nice block, too, behind the dish. Johnson's kept that runner at third.
Lee comes to his set, the throw. This one up the middle, falls for a base hit. It'll score one to make it 5-0 Valley View.
It's a great at bat. You see he's trying to get the bunt down, couldn't do it. Got a 2-strike count against an elite pitcher, and he muscles one out of the infield for an RBI single.
Drew Gartman sitting dead red right there. He had seen sliders to that point. Just flicks his wrist out. When it comes in 91-92, guys, it doesn't take much to get it to the outfield, and great job of hitting by Drew Gartman. You know, Coach Allison said him and Owen Roach are your next Power 5 guys on this team. Last year was their first year to start. Now it's going to be time for them and Keaton Mathis to keep this tradition rolling for Valley View.
And so it's the error, by the way, that comes back to bite Maumelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, got the quick first out with Roach lining to Eubanks at third base. And now you've had traffic on the base. We've got a pinch runner in. Number 9, Parker King, I believe.
A sophomore. So King at second. Gartman at first off the RBI. And Lawson Ward, the catcher.
Gas right there, guys.
Yeah.
It's blew past him.
Yeah, power on power right here. Gassed it up. Ward, good swing, good hard hack. I've seen Lawson Ward hit the ball a long way, guys. This guy's got some true power. He's one of those guys that, look, he's a great defensive catcher, great arm. He's been up to 90 on the mound, but he can swing it as well.
And the ball can carry today.
Peyton Lee saying, here it is, big boy, come get it. Gotta love it. If he's anything like Evan, and I've known Evan and seen Evan compete, he's going to be competing every pitch, and he's going to show him, like, here's my best stuff. I'm going to show you, come and get it.
Evan, brief moment for the Nationals in the major leagues. Good pedigree.
Yeah, he got to a place where not a lot of people get. You know, there's a lot in Slade Caldwell. There's going to be some draft picks out of this game today, guys. We know that. But, you know, Evan coming out of high school was a two-way guy, went to Arkansas. They didn't throw him a whole lot. Showed he could hit and went to the Nationals as a pitcher, got drafted 15th round. Got to the show. Not too many can say they got there.
The 0-2 popped up into center. Andrews moves over and makes the catch. 2 down.
Ball jumped off the bat there from Ward. You could tell by his reaction he didn't quite square it up, but good swing. We guessed right pitch there on that fastball, but just couldn't quite hit it on the button.
Yeah, you could see the body language after he hit it. He's like, I just didn't quite get it where I needed to.
I've been impressed with Peyton Lee today. I mean, he's had some real moments, and you can see the potential there, especially with that frame.
Yeah, third time I've seen him this year. The growth and maturity is what really stands out to me, and being able to attack these Valley View hitters. He's done a great job.
And out away from sending this game to the 7th. Jason Becker trying to add to it. That one skips away. Both runners are going to advance. Throw down to third. Not in time.
Parker King hadn't been on the field very much. Sophomore pinch runner right there for Hudson Hossman. Ball gets away, overslid the bag. Luckily, the throw was off the mark, or Valley View would have been out of the inning right there. Now you got second and third. A lot different situation.
0-2 to Becker, up and away.
Yeah, we got away just a little bit.
Yeah, that's a show me pitch right there. Good 0-2 pitch. Because the first 2 sliders that Lee threw to Becker right here were next level. We talk about how plus the slider is. Guys, when it can start on a string and fall off where it does, got that good late bite to it, there's not much you can do. He throws it back foot right here. Becker has no chance but swing over it.
Swung on and driven into center. Tag Andrews shading over. Instead, it's the left fielder, Cooley, that will make the catch for out number 3. So this game goes to the 7th. Maumelle down to its final 3 outs, down 5-0.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
There's this extraterrestrial quality to sperm whales.
Join me, and together we'll turn back the pages of Earth's past to reveal the amazing wonders beneath our feet.
There's a lot more going on behind the scenes than you might expect.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app. This month on Arkansas PBS.
Just as a radio station is getting popular,
You know Peggy writes to that station twice weekly.
the DJ is electrocuted on the air.
I'm a woman alone, newly arrived in a dangerous town.
During a chess match, one of the competitors dies.
Lab found significant traces of poison on the White Queen.
But the team can't figure out how the killer did it.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
We never gonna stop.
Get your live action photos from the game at myarpbs.org/photos. Grab free downloads, have prints made. These are a great championship keepsake.
A lot to remember, especially for all the teams that made a run here to Conway. A good look at all of them. And congratulations to each one that made it to the very final stage. Neat to see every corner of the state represented, isn't it?
Absolutely. You see a lot from Northwest Arkansas. Lincoln played last night. They played Hackett in the 3A girls softball final. Hackett getting their state championship. You got Scranton, Robinson, CAC, Maumelle out of West Little Rock, Northwest Pulaski County.
Mustang covering the Hornet.
That's right. And then you got, Riverside, Gosnell, Valley View up the northern part of the state, Ouachita, Sheridan, Woodlawn, and then Taylor, the suburb of Waldo, and our man Randy Rainwater.
Double R will love that. And congrats to everybody who made it to the weekend of champions. Could be 3 outs away from crowning what could be our final champion, or what will be our final champion of this 23-24 academic year.
Eli Crecilius into pitch right now. Get the last 3 outs for Valley View. That's 3 straight state title games that Crecilius has got to come in and pitch.
And you looked at Davis starting with a sub-1 ERA. Crecilius got one as well. .491 ERA, 10-0 on the year, trying to close it out.
Crecilius signed last fall with Arkansas.
Yeah, really high pitch ability factor right here. Works the slider, works the fastball. The velo won't be there that Davis had, but he'll be 86, 88. He can run it up there 89, 90, but he is their workhorse, guys.
He's facing 6, 7, 8 in the Maumelle batting order. Timmons, Johnston, Claret.
Very good strikeout to walk ratio as well. Doesn't give up too many free passes.
Quite the pedigree to appear in 3 state title games on this field.
But how about Timmons, guys? 1 of 2 hits today against Davis, trying to keep his season alive with a payoff pitch.
3-2 from Crecilius upstairs. Lead-off walk for Maumelle.
It's a good start to the at-bat. Hey, you need base runners. That's the most important thing. So work the count, find a way to get on.
Yeah, 0-2 in the hole. Timmons battles all the way back to get the walk. Big time right there. And while Crecilius, he's 10-0 in the year he started, he has come in relief before. Crecilius was the one that started the game against Maumelle earlier in the season.
Jamison Burton will be the pinch runner at first. Oh, pinch hitter, excuse me. This is Grayson Johnson.
Tough coming in the 7th inning, pinch hitter.
Bird's at 263, got 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. He does not have a hit in the state tournament.
Throw down to second, and he's off the bag and tagged out. Boy, a tough one.
Man. What a throw by Ward. We saw the arm display right there, the arm strength on display. Pitch, center cut down the middle. Guys, that's what, when you talk about pop time, that's what you look at right there. That's a great job. Gartman down there. Timmons slides through. Gartman gets the tag on him. Now you go from no outs with a runner on first to 1 out in an 0-2 hole right here. That's just the way it's gone for Maumelle today.
They really had one opportunity in this game.
Really good 0-2 pitch right there. Crecilius wanted it, but it's off the black.
It's a good take from Burton because that one's moving away. It's a tough to do anything with that.
Burton gets a hold of it to second. Ragsdale. And Valley View is 1 out away. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, it's been nothing but heartbreak the last 2 years for Valley View. They won it all in 21. Extra inning, walk-off losses each of the last 2 seasons.
Chris Ford, Maumelle head coach, maybe getting one of his seniors in that bat right here. We'll see if we have a pinch hitter for Roger Claret. Claret, of course, is a junior. Not on the roster there.
Hitting number 14, Douglas York.
Number 14, Douglas York, will be the pinch hitter.
Two down here in the top of the 7th. Crecilius winds, delivers, swing and a miss by York. Right down the middle, they're a strike away. Pent up energy for the Blazers here. Boy, just off the plate.
Just off the plate. That's the one they wanted right there.
The pitch from Crecilius. On the ground to third. Across the diamond. And it's an exclamation point for an all-time Arkansas team. Valley View wins the 5A championship.
Talk about pin-up energy. This is 3 years in the making, guys. 2021, their last title, last 2 years of heartbreak like we talked about. They are king of the mountain in Arkansas high school baseball, no doubt, in 2024.
Been playing together for a long time, and it all comes to fruition. Took a couple years off after back-to-back heartbreak finishes. No longer this year.
Valley View Blazers, 2024 5A state champs. Finishing the right way for so many talented seniors and all this future college players on this Valley View team. We'll show you the championship celebration when we come back on the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
When you choose Conway Regional, you're choosing a healthcare partner rooted in your community. With 9 primary care locations in 5 counties, we believe in building lasting relationships centered on trust and personalized care. Let our family care for yours.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Southern Loft is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to tell your story by adding color with our furniture. And that's why Southern Loft is a different kind of furniture store. For more information, go to mysouthernloft.com.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family, and part of taking care of them is using a bank that takes care of us. That's why I use Centennial Bank, a strong institution for an uncertain economy. I know them and I trust them. They have a strong financial foundation, which means that my money and our future is never in doubt. Life is busy, and there's plenty of things to worry about. My bank isn't one of them.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we're dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Thanks to UAMS Health, I'm now pain-free, and I'm planning my next big trip.
Vaping costs over $1,500 a year. So if you vape, there goes that new gaming system. Or that new mountain bike. Escape the vape. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Attention sports enthusiasts, get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryan. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryan. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
We never gonna stop.
What a game, all this talent on display. We had to wait a couple extra days to see it, but it lived up to the billing. And you think about this from Valley View's perspective, guys. For each of the last 2 seasons, they had to watch another team dogpile after losing on a walk-off and extras. This time, they get to do it.
Yeah, and that's the thing that Josh Allison said before this game. This team is already winners for what they've done the last 3 years. Team come into this game 120-13 on the year, 13 shutouts on the season. This senior class will go down in history as one of the best. And we see right there the MVP is handed out. Looks like to Lance Davis, which is 2-0 in the state tournament, had 6 strong innings today, only 2 hits allowed. What a performance by the University of Arkansas signee.
And we saw nothing but Razorback commits pitch in this game. Let's take a look at some of these highlights here.
Well, it was Valley View for sure. How about Noah Ragsdale? 2 big hits, 2 extra base hits. He was by far the best hitter overall in today's state title game. Ragsdale piping 2 extra basers. And the 6th inning is where they kept tacking on a little bit more. This one, was really out of hand in terms of the way Davis pitched. Didn't need a whole lot of extra insurance, but they sure did get him there in the 6th inning. It was the 7th where things got nailed down. Cresilius came out of the pen to close things out. This play right here really changed that 7th inning. A caught stealing by Timmons. He over-dove the bag, and then the ground out to 3rd to finish things off. The dream season reality for the Blazers.
So a tip of the cap to the Maumelle program, who makes it here on this stage for the very first time. And the way that Maumelle community continues to grow and build, certainly a very bright future there. Meantime, kind of a last thought here about Valley View. Now that they've won the championship, we can quickly have that discussion about where they rank of one of the all-time great teams, certainly in recent memory, Kevin.
Yeah, 31-2 overall. Their 2 losses are out-of-state teams. I'm ready to go on record right now. The last 25 years, they are the best team in the state of Arkansas, hands down.
I couldn't agree more. You saw it all on display today. What a great finish. Valley View lived up to the hype. Maumelle played well, just couldn't get the bats rolling against one of the best pitchers in the state.
Well, congratulations, Valley View, 5-0. 5A state champs. The Blazers will bring home the trophy for the first time since 2021, the 4th time overall, 08, 09, those other 2 seasons. Congratulations to all the champs from this fantastic weekend of champions. Hard to believe we closed the book on the 23-24 academic year in the state of Arkansas. For the entire AAA and our great Arkansas PBS Sports crew, Kevin Bohannon, JB Brazil, I'm Kyle Deckelbaum. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday.